Morning. Well, it is a Tuesday morning and about 9 o'clock or so. I think I've been up since about 6:30ish, and I have gotten out the bed. I let my dogs out. I did a little bit of journaling. Isn't this a cute notebook or a journal? Look at the little key thing. One of my line sisters bought that for me a couple of years ago, and I've been journaling in it ever since. I've been laying here in the bed. I'm fasting. Nope, not for Lent, not for Ramadan. I just randomly decided to start intermittent fasting yesterday. And so I've been laying in the bed, trying not to think about eating anything. Like, there are some chips up here. See that little bag of chips? Yeah. My boyfriend left those up there. Like I said in the last video, we do a lot of snacking. And so he likes to leave the snacks over in my house. But yeah, so they're up there, and if it had been any other day, I would have likely reached up there and grabbed some. So when I looked at the rules for this intermittent fasting, you're allowed to drink water, tea, and coffee without additives in your during your fasting period. So when I had done this some years ago, I guess I was doing it wrong, because I drink coffee but with cream and with some flavoring in it. I don't put sugar, but some caramel flavoring is kind of up my alley. So I'm trying to do this the right way, and really reap the benefits of intermittent fasting. So again, I'm a person that kind of likes to do things her own way, so I take these practices and I tweak them to what works for me. That's not always the right way to do things. I'll admit that. Okay. Yeah, it's not the right way to do things all the time. Sometimes you have to do things according to the plan that has proven results. So, I think when I used to do it before, I didn't necessarily follow a 16, I think it's like 16 hours of fasting, 8 hours of eating. I can't tell you the amount of hours, but I think I was more so doing something like not 16, maybe 13 hours of fasting. And, the equivalent of whatever time I was eating. Let me do the arithmetic. I'm smart. So 8, 9, 10, 11. More like 11 hours of eating. So, because I like to eat. I don't mind, I'm on the plan to skip breakfast. But I still wanted to be able to eat during breakfast time, which for me, it's like 11 o'clock. So what I used to do is kind of start my day with coffee like I usually do. But of course, my coffee had cream and sugar, or, the caramel flavoring in it, or vanilla flavoring in it, which is still a form of sugar. So I wasn't doing it right the few times that I have done intermittent fasting. And it's also very challenging for me not to eat after 8. So last night, I was by myself, no company. So it was easier not to eat after 8 o'clock. But the challenge is I'm not always going to be by myself, whether it's, my boyfriend coming over, or whether it's, my daughter and my grands coming over, because it's just something about, our culture, our society. When you have company, you enjoy food when they're there. And unfortunately, a lot of times that goes over 8 o'clock. So when you're doing something like fasting, I guess you can, um, you know, maybe I'll just do this like Monday through Friday and let the weekends kind of be, a little bit more relaxed. We'll see. But anyway, I was just laying here in bed thinking about my trip next week. My son, who is in basic training for the Air Force, he graduates next week. And I'm so proud of him. He did it. He's made it this far. This definitely was not my choice for him. But one of the things that I had to do was remove my desires for him out of the picture when he made his decision, when he was going through the process of deciding what he wanted to do. And I had to remind myself, this is my child who I gave birth to, but I was just a vessel to bring him into this world. And he has a whole nother God-ordained purpose, for his life. And it's not for me to make decisions for him as his mother. So I had to, fall back into a support role for him. And he decided to do this. He weighed out all of his options for after high school graduation. He tried college. He did a semester. I did try to encourage him to do the complete year, but he was like, no, Mom, I don't want to go back. I'm not feeling it. When our children do things opposite of, what we want, it's hard for us because we as moms, and dads feel like we know what's best. We've been living a lot longer, but at the end of the day, we got to let go and let them make decisions. So he made his, and from the few times that I've spoken to him on the phone, he seems happy. And I think part of that is happy to be talking to me, because I think not talking to his mother, I think it was sometimes we take for granted when we have people in our lives and they're so easily accessible to us. I think this was as much of a challenge for him, not being able to talk to me, his mom, or his sister and friends, just pick up the phone and talk to people. He had to make do with the new people that he has been engaging with in, the basic training. So I think it made him a little bit more appreciative, of calling me on the phone and, talking and telling me about what's going on. And I'm excited. So I'll be traveling to Texas soon. I hate making my own travel plans. I tell you, I wish I should have just got a travel agent and said, work this out for me. Because that's just not my forte. Here I am like a week out, and I'm thinking about switching hotels and this whole rental car thing. I don't usually rent cars when I go places, but I got to pick my son up, from the Air Force Base so that he has a pass, day one of graduation, they get to go off base. And I believe that's going to be his first time being off base since he's been there, so I got to rent a car so we can get around, so it is what it is. And right now, the reason I can lay in bed is because I'm going to work late today and also staying late. So yeah, that's it for today. I didn't do my yoga yet, but I am going to do it. I think I'm going to give myself another 12 minutes in bed before I do my yoga and get on with the day. So till next time.